Hi horror fans, welcome back. Today we're talking about a modern reboot of a classic slasher franchise that needs no introduction, Friday the 13th from 2009. This film is directed by Marcus Nispel, who also helmed the 2003 remake of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We start off with a prologue that recaps Pamela Voorhees' infamous rampage and untimely death, before launching into a fast-paced story involving a group of young adults who find themselves stalked by Jason Voorhees in the woods around Crystal Lake. It's got all the ingredients of a classic slasher: sex, drugs, and of course gruesome kills. Let's talk about what this film does right. First off, the kills. This movie does not shy away from the gore. Jason is more brutal and efficient than ever before, using everything from machetes to bear traps. It's a thrill to watch him work, and fans of the series will appreciate the creative kills. Another strong point is the cinematography. The film makes great use of the forest setting, with plenty of atmospheric shots that really capture the isolation and dread. The night scenes in particular are well lit, which is often a challenge in horror films. The pacing is relentless too. This film doesn't waste much time before getting into the action. But not everything in Crystal Lake is as sharp as Jason's machete. While the kills are fantastic, the characters, not so much. They're your standard issue slasher victims, one-dimensional and mostly there to pad Jason's kill count. We've got the jock, the stoner, the nice guy, and the girl next door. It's like a horror movie bingo card. And speaking of Jason, while I do appreciate this more tactical and intelligent version of him, who sets traps and moves quickly, it might throw off some fans who are used to the more slow and menacing presence he had in earlier films. Also, the plot? Pretty thin, even for a slasher. There's a subplot about a brother looking for his missing sister, but it's mostly just a vehicle to get more people into the woods for Jason to kill. Now let's talk about how Friday the 13th, 2009, is a product of its time. The mid-2000s were all about remakes and reboots of classic horror films. Studios were looking to cash in on nostalgia while giving these stories a modern twist. This era saw the resurgence of gritty horror, think The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003, Halloween, 2007, and even A Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010. Friday the 13th fits right into this trend with its darker tone, more graphic violence, and a faster-paced narrative. This reboot also reflects the 2000s obsession with slick production values. The film looks polished, almost too polished compared to the grainy, low-budget feel of the original series. And let's not forget the soundtrack, a mix of contemporary rock that places the film squarely in the late 2000s. The characters, too, embody the era, fashionable, carefree, and a little too perfect, making them feel more like they belong in a CW drama than in the terrifying woods of Crystal Lake. So is the 2009 Friday the 13th worth a watch? If you're a fan of the franchise, I'd say yes. It's a fun, brutal homage to the original series with some modern twists that work well. But if you're looking for a deep story or memorable characters, you might find yourself disappointed. Still, it's got the kills, the tension, and a pretty badass Jason. What more could you ask for from a Friday the 13th movie? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did this reboot do the series justice, or do you prefer the old school Jason? And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more horror reviews, and ring that bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe and stay spooky.